Hey everyone, Afrodo Reviews here, and I bring you books to help you decide, are they worth reading over second breakfast? Or do they deserve the fiery pits of Mount Doom? And we're coming to the end of another month. Well, last month I did a Star Wars month where I read mostly sci-fi books if I wasn't reading Star Wars. And that month was pretty productive. I enjoyed almost every book I read, with the sole exception of maybe Rogue Planet. And there was another one I didn't talk about called Slip Runner, but that's a whole can of worms in and of itself that I can't really go into here. But I have a video plan for it if I can get it working. That being said, with that month over, there wasn't much to talk about. I thoroughly enjoyed almost everything I read that month, and I really have very little changes that I'm going to make to the channel. It was just overall a good month for reading, and if you haven't checked them out, I would really check them out. Like there were some really hidden gems in the Star Wars EU, and I just happened to find a good portion of them last month. So there's really not much to dwell on when it comes to the May wrap up, and instead I'm gonna go ahead and go into what I'll be reading for the month of June. And as you can tell from my last video and my shirt, the month of June is gonna be Pride Month. In honor of Pride Month. I mean, yeah, obviously. Now, this was something I was gonna do last year when my channel was still in its infancy, but I realized that while I was planning it, I didn't really have let's just say I didn't really have a good variety of the LGBT friendly books that I have now. It wasn't for lack of trying, mind you, it's just what just so happened to be on my shelf was 3 lesbian books and 1 gay book, so it was kind of one of those. It would probably raise some eyebrows if I reviewed only those. So I decided to put it off and just sort of skip Pride Month for that time being. But this month I have a way higher variety of stories to go through. But without further delay, we're gonna go ahead and get into that TBR. Now, this might be a shorter video because of that, but whatever. Now, it wouldn't be a Pride Month if I didn't try to go along the lines. So, for our first story will have the sapphic undertones. And this will be a story called Gearbreakers by Zoe Hannah Makuta. This is a YA dystopia novel, and yeah, there's not much else I can say about it. I picked it up because the cover is very interesting, and it just looks interesting. The little tagline here, the only way to kill a god is from the inside. And it just looked like a very interesting story when I was looking it up. So I decided to go ahead and... So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the synopsis. We went past praying to deities and started to build them instead. The shadow of Godolia's, by the way, yeah, real subtle there. Godolia's tyrannical rule is spreading, aided by the giant mechanized weapons known as wind-ups. War and oppression are everyday constants for people of the Badlands, who live under the thumb of their cruel Godolia overlords. Eris Shindanai, I'm just gonna put that up there because I don't know how to say that, is a gearbreaker, a brash young rebel who specializes in taking down wind-ups from the inside. When one of her missions go awry and she finds herself in a Godolia prison, Eris meets Sonia Steelcrest, a cybernetically enhanced wind-up pilot. At first, Eris sees Sonia as her mortal enemy, Sona. But she soon discovers that Sona has a secret. She has intentionally infiltrated the wind-up pilot program in order to destroy Godolia from within. As the clock ticks closer to their deadliest mission yet, a direct attack to end Godolia's reign once and for all, Eris and Sona grow closer as well, as comrades, friends, and perhaps something more. And that's about all there is to say. There's not much else to say about this. I'm not really sure how to really talk about it. It really seems like I'm hoping this will channel like 90s anime, mecha anime energy. So yeah, that's pretty much my hopes for this book. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Now the next book I'm a little more excited about, because not only did I get it about the same time I got Gearbreakers, but I have a couple other books from this author up there. but this is also being made into a movie. I don't know if it's going to be released this year or it's going to be released in the following years. But that book is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I don't know much about this, other than the premise is a little weird, but you know what? Let's go ahead and read the back and figure out where we're going with this before I talk too much on it. When his mother became president of the United States, Alex Claremont Diaz was promoted. Alex Claremont Diaz was promptly cast as the American equivalent of a young royal. Handsome, charismatic, and genius. His image was pure millennial marketing gold for the White House. There's only one problem. Alex has a beef with an actual prince, Henry, across the pond. And when the tabloids get a hold of a photo involving an Alex-Henry altercation, U.S.-British relations take a turn for the worse. Heads of family and state and other handlers devise a plan for damage control, stage a truce between the two rivals. What at first begins as a fake, Instagrammable friendship grows deeper and more dangerous than either Alex or Henry could have imagined. Soon Alex finds himself hurtling into a secret romance with a surprisingly unstuffy Henry that could derail the presidential campaign and upend two nations. It raises the question, can love save the world after all? Where do we find the courage and the power to be the people we are meant to be? And how can we learn to let our true colors shine through? So yeah, it actually sounds pretty interesting. Sort of an enemies to lovers mixed with a forbidden romance kind of deal. So I'm interested to see how Casey McQuiston juggles those two plot lines together in that way. Apart from that, the only thing I could say is little cringe on the title there with the whole Instagrammable relationship and pure millennial marketing gold. And it's just one of those, it's something I expect from books like this, but I don't know, for some reason I just always have that small internal cringe when I read stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I mean, most of what I have to say after this would probably be more towards Casey McQuiston, but I'm not gonna say anything that I don't know for sure, so I'll just leave it at that. This will be the G part of the LGBT read-through. Now, the third book that I will be reading will actually be a Kindle book. Now, this book is called Heart Haunt Havoc, The Gideon Testaments, Book 1, and it is written by Freydis Moon. I don't know anything about the author. The book itself, I think, only came out this year. But here's the basic synopsis as presented to me on the Amazon homepage, because there's not much else I can say about it without going into the synopsis. When lonely transgender exorcist Colin Hart finds himself challenged by an unruly haunted house in Gideon, Colorado, he's kept awake by ghosts, demons, ghouls, and the handsome non-binary owner of the house, Bishop Martinez. Unlike the simple hauntings Colin is accustomed to, Bishop's house is a living beacon, attracting a plethora of inhuman spirits, including a vengeful wolf-headed spirit who might be the key to quieting their sleepless nights. There as in singular there for Martinez, I believe. But as a heartbreaking mystery unravels, Colin comes face to face with the past Bishop tried to bury, opens a closet full of bloody skeletons, and trips into an accidental romance. As paranormally skilled as Colin might be, this particular haunting might be too messy for him to handle. So yeah, this book actually hits a double edge. Not only will we be getting a transgender character in the terms of Colin Hart, but we'll also be getting a non-binary character with Bishop Martinez. The story itself, it seems to be a paranormal romance more than anything, although I'm hoping it's a little bit better than my other example of paracozy mystery. And yeah, we all know where that went. I swear to God, if it's anything like that, I will lose myself in rage. But apart from that, I don't really have much else to say. It doesn't really give me too much to question. So apart from that, yeah, I'll just move on to my final book of the month, which I believe there are only 4 Mondays this month. If I'm wrong, I will find a 5th. But my final book for the LGBT Pride Month is, well, at least the final book on the main TBR, is Aces Wild, A Heist. I feel like that A Heist could have been left off. But anyways, this is a book written by Amanda DeWitt and was sent to me by Rukari herself. Now, this was well back when She sent it with a series of books that I'm pretty sure she sent just to torment me. But yeah, she sent this with the Melancholy Magic review that I was just tempted to go on a rage about. But that being said, there's not much else I can say about this. I'm just gonna happen to dig into this and read you the synopsis before I talk too much on it. Some people join chess club. Some people play football. Jack Shannon runs a secret blackjack ring in his private school's basement. What else is the son of a Las Vegas casino mogul supposed to do? I'm pretty sure if you're the son of a casino mogul, you can do pretty much anything because you got the money, dude. Everything starts falling apart when Jack's mom is arrested for the family's ties to organized crime. His sister Beth thinks this is the Shannon's family's chance to finally go straight. But Jack knows something's not right. His mom was sold out, and he knows by whom. Peter Carvalho, rival casino owner and jilted lover. Gross. Jack hatches a plan to find out what Carvalho's holding over his mom's head, but he can't do it alone. He recruits his closest friends, the asexual support group he met through fandom forums. Now, all he has to do is infiltrate a high-stakes gambling club and dodge dark family secrets while hopelessly navigating what it means to be in love while asexual. Easy, right? Anytime you say easy, right, it's not easy. But yeah, it kind of seems like a casino heist story. Casino heist story mixed with that touch of YA thing where the teenager has to save their parents from some unknown threat. So, yeah, apart from that, there's not much else to say. I don't know what else to say about it, so I'll just wait till I get into the book and read it to talk any more about it. And that'll be it for my minor TBR. I'm really sorry that I look like I'm so small here. I've been trying to work with my camera, but for some reason it just has days where it does not look right at all. So yeah, I apologize for that. Let me just adjust it again. But anyways, apart from that, most of the books that I have on my TBR still are minor TBR stuff. I have at least 2 that I will talk about, but I'm going to try to do a minor TBR book for every week. No promises at all. Just putting that out there. I hope that gets done. I hope it's interesting. I hope these books are great. And I hope I give people who don't get much representation more recommendations of what to read. Apart from that, I don't really have much else to say. I hope these books sound interesting to you guys and you're eager to see where they come up. So, with that being said, remember, with every book comes an adventure, and every adventure is worth having. Even the bad ones.